Hi everyone, I have had no end of problems with being able to get on this morning, so I am so sorry for being late and for not being on time, which I really hate when things don't go quite right, but I have been stuck. I don't understand why I'm not being able to go live at the moment. It's just not accepting my camera on my computer at all. So I will use my mobile data and I'll go for as long as I possibly can. I'm hoping that the comments will come up on my phone. I haven't actually done a live on my telephone before. Now you're going to be able to see on my double chin. This is not cool. This is not a sexy moment in my life. You've had issues with volumes off. Oh, it's not just me. Thank you so much, Jeanette. I'm thinking, what is wrong? What am I doing wrong? I know I'm not, technologically savvy, but I certainly we're having a little bit of a flip out this morning. So we'll give it a go. I know that there's quite a lot of you watching at the moment. So hopefully you can all hear me. Hopefully my phone holds up. Hopefully the lighting's not too bad. You see little babies. Wrinkles and baggies under my eyes, but we'll give it a go, hey? So and we'll see what goes on. Thank you everyone for your beautiful kind comments. That makes me feel a lot more relaxed and at ease, seeing as I have to look down. Right now, this week's Warrior Chronicles this week's, I know, issues dropping out. So let's have a little look at that and see what's going on. There's lots going on at the moment. I think it's more NBN, because basically what's going on, and this is a scientific view of what's going on, the National Broadcast Network, okay, so the NBN, which is what we're getting in Australia, is set up on fibre optics, okay? So fibre optics is a very different way of how we used to have our internet. So our internet used to be on copper wiring. Now, if you know anything at all about any sort of metals, you will know that copper expands and it shrinks. So as it gets hotter, it gets bigger. As it gets colder, it gets smaller. And because it's got this flexibility, it's actually able to grow. Fiber optics doesn't have that. So while they're farting around trying to work out what our internet is actually doing, we're going to experience these problems. So there's nothing spiritual about it. Don't need to smudge salt, get the salt, or anything crazy like that. It actually is really a technical problem that we're all experiencing. So once the government works out, or whoever it is that needs to work out that copper and fiber optics don't go together, then the internet will be restored. So let's go. What we are going to have a look at today is life purpose. So hello everybody, thanks for coming in. Life purpose, and also what the current energy is. Now usually I have a write-up on what we're doing today, but I wasn't able to do that because I was running out of time with my computer, which is on the different type of data compared to the mobile data. So we'll have a little look at this. Now, you'll have to be patient because my phone only puts up 4 comments at a time, so I may miss you. Hello, Kaz. There's Pat and Pauline. How do I get on and keep going? Right, let's have a little look. This is for Pauline Russo. Okay, so Pauline, now they're going to flip out really quickly on the comments, okay? So this is for Pauline, and this is about sensitivity. You're becoming more sensitive, you need to make changes, okay? So as you're becoming more sensitive, you're bringing in more information, you're aware of more information, your observations are going to become heightened. You're going to become more aware of the things that are going on around you. And as that happens, you're going to shift. And when you shift on a personal level, things you'll take to heart, you'll get a little bit, your moods will fluctuate because you're trying to understand what the processes are within yourself, Pauline. And when you are going through those shifts and those sometimes seismic changes within yourself, it's often hard to be able to see the light at the other end of the tunnel, so to speak. So the more you're growing, the more spiritually, personally, professionally, the more you develop on yourself, the more sensitive you'll become. And the more sensitive you become means that you'll start attracting different scenarios into your life while we work out that balance. And I know when I was going through something similar to this, I was finding my voice. For the first year or so that I was finding my voice, I actually was too aggressive, because I thought, hey, I've got my voice now, I'm just going for it. So I didn't realize that I needed to rein it back and find that balance point. Okay, so this is what you're doing at the moment. You're finding your voice, you're finding where you fit in, how you want to fit in, releasing anything that no longer serves you, and being able to make room for all the good things that you want into your life and the changes that you want to have come about. So if we have too much crap on our shelves, we can't bring in new statues and new pretty things to look at. So it's about shelf clearing and clearing out the things that no longer serve us. So that was for Pauline. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. If you've missed the first part of the video, I am doing it very savvy on my telephone, which is not savvy at all. It's causing me no end of stress. But my computer won't work. It is working. I'm looking at it. But I can't seem to send a video on it. So it's quite frustrating. Okay. Now we had Janelle Page looking for a life purpose. Let go. Walk away from any situation in order to resolve it. So this is, if you're been watching me for a while, you'll know about my hibernation sabbatical. This is exactly what this means. Go within, work out what you need to do with your life, work out what it is that you want. Walk away from everything while you work it out. You know, we're designed to ask people for their opinions, ask people for support and for guidance when we're going through scenarios, but sometimes that's an information overload, and we can get a little bit too much that we need to process. And sometimes people go, wow, have you thought about this? And the pure intent of helping you, have you thought about this? But it's actually not something that you've thought about. And then you think, oh shit, maybe I should be thinking about that. I never even considered that before. So this is all about Janelle Page, you walking away from any situation to be able to understand it. So that doesn't mean jump on a plane and go to Thailand and live with the monks for 6 months, okay? That just means that walk away. Go and have a cup of tea, clear your head, clear whatever you need to do, stomp your foot. Sometimes we need to get our frustrations about situations out and then come back and have another look. Big fires in Queensland. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Thank you. Leanne, big fires in Queensland on the Sunshine Coast. Absolutely. I've got friends on the Sunshine Coast. I actually used to live in Buderim on the Sunshine Coast. If you know where that is, it's an absolutely divine spot to live in. Leanne, Lulu. Oh, lots of people becoming more sensitive. Look at that. Learning about. Now, Leanne, this is a little bit different for you, okay? So you're taking things to heart a little bit too much. Now, if you've watched me before, you'll know that I do this intuitively. I do it on an individual energy, okay? So I take the energy in, I work it out what and how the card applies to it. So I'm not going to look at the book. The book's already chucked in the bin. I'm going to work out what the card means, how it applies to, in this case, Leanne. So Leanne is taking things on. When she takes things on, she takes them on personally. She really had a good hard look at herself, but she's her own worst critic most of the time. So you need to have a little bit of an armor up, okay, Leanne, to be able to work out what is actually people just being a bitch and what is actually something that you need to work on. Generally, when I get defensive about things that people say to me, I say, okay, is this a pressure point for me? Is this something that I need to learn? Is this my ego stopping me from learning going forward? Or is this just someone being a mole? We'll pick on Susan because Susan's always in memes. So it's just Susan being a bitch, okay? So you need to work those sorts of things out. Don't be as sensitive when you're taking information in, okay? Look at it as though it's in the third person. And then that way you can actually process it a little bit easier because you don't have an emotional outcome. You don't have an emotional attachment to what is being said to you. So if I say to you, for example, your butt looks huge in those blue jeans. Now, your butt might look huge in those blue jeans, but that is exactly what you've been killing yourself doing squats at the gym for the last 6 months. So my opinion is your butt looks too big. Your opinion is you love your butt because it used to be flat and now you got a booty. So take away the fact that I've said that to you and have a good look at how this means to you. Is it something that you need to work on? Is it just me being ill-informed or unaware of what your actual desire to have that beautiful booty is? So really take the sensitivity out, take the personal projection out, and have a look at it from an objective point of view. Good morning, Kathy. Kathy and Kaz know each other. I love it when you all get together, gang up on me. Alison Parker would like life purpose. I've also got astrology reading cards as well with me. So we'll do a group one at the end and just see what this is all about at the moment. Oh, I've got someone screeching at me. It's a good way to get my attention. Okay. Alison Parker has got family. Hi guys. My puppies have just arrived back from their walk and I forgot to shut the door. Okay. Loving your friends and family is central to your life purpose. Having the support of others around you, okay? So this is for, oh, I can scroll back. Alison Parker, yes, I can't scroll back on my computer. This is brilliant. See, I thought it was a bloody curse and it wasn't. It was a blessing. Alison Parker, calling on your friends and family to get you through the next 6 months. I don't know why I said 6 months, but this is significant, okay? So through the next 6 months of your life, you're going to come to, oh, okay, they're showing me a bunch of stuff going on for you. So Alison, you've got some crossroads coming up. You've got some different directions that you need to think about as well. There's some people coming into your life that you haven't met before. You're extending your hand. You're welcoming them into your life. Your circumstances are changing, okay? So Alison, anything that you don't even actually have to change what you're doing right now to bring this stuff in. You're already on that path, okay? So the stuff that you've been doing in the last, okay, they're saying from 13 years worth of processing what is going on. That is phenomenal, Alison. Whatever's been going on for you, I want you to take 13 years off this date right now. So that's 2019, 2003. Started in 2003, you're shifting, you're changing. It could be a tiny little question, a tiny little thing that someone said to you, but it's a shift in a mindset, been going on for 13 years. So Alison, your life purpose for you is to be able to bring families together. So you're humanitarian by heart, and they're showing me all these lovely pictures. And when you do that, and you're able to teach others what you've learned, okay, and something over the last 13 years in particular is what they're showing me, whatever that means for you. And when I asked them, they put the roller door up, okay? So you know what this is all about. I don't need to look any further or give you any hints and tips, okay? You've already got it. This is what your central to your life purpose is. So your life purpose for here is to help others to achieve whatever it is that you've been going through for the last 13 years. This is very, very cool. This is changing, transformational stuff for you. I just want to have a look at where your energy is at. Broadening your horizons, either spiritually, academically, or on a long journey. 13 years worth of journeying is about to come to fruition for you, okay? So it's also the 9th house. So the 9th house is 9 being the end of the cycle. Seeing things differently, growing, really growing. Alison, your life is about to go for all the perfect, beautiful reasons, my love. Very cool. All right, let's see what else we've got down here. Daphne, yes, mole is a brilliant term, and it's just an umbrella term that I like to use sometimes. Okay, I can do all sorts of things on the phone that I can't do on my computer. I can go backwards, I can go forwards. I like to do you all in order because if I get carried away with the channeling, I don't have to think about where I'm up to. Jeanette Marie, right. Jeanette. You've got to follow your heart's desire. So Jeanette, whatever it is that's in your heart, you need to do a hibernation sabbatical. Can't speak highly enough for them. I'm doing a course, a workshop tonight I'm running called Invoking the Warrior Within. Okay, we actually touch on how to do that, how to do a hibernation sabbatical, how to get the best out of it, how to listen to ourselves. So what is coming in for you is to trust in the process. Okay, so this is for Jeanette Marie. You're going to trust in the process. Don't doubt it. Even if it seems bloody ludicrous, Just go for it. Trust what's happening for you. Trust that the universe knows smarter. If you think you want the red car and you get there and all of a sudden there's a green car and that's the one that you are having and welcoming into your life, go with the green car. Don't fight it, okay? Everything is happening for a purpose for you at the moment. Everything is shifting you in the direction that you need to go. And they're saying to me, finally, you're starting to listen. So I don't know if that, yep, okay. What I was going to ask is, I don't know if that means if you had to put things on pause because you had other things going on in your life, or whether, and they said yes, you needed to put things on pause. So now you unpause your life and you start going in the direction that you want to go in, okay? Lots of creativity coming in. There's also opportunities for you to earn an income in a creative manner. So it's a hobby that is happening for you. I don't know what that means. I do know what hobbies mean. I do know how to create income, but this is for you, Jeanette Marie. So this is something that you're easing yourself into, okay? Now's the time. Don't stop. Just go for it, my love. You're well supported. The universe wants you to know that you are well super supported. Okay, Lisa and John, I've seen you before, my darling. Thank you for popping back. Hello, everyone that just arrived. If you've missed out at the beginning of the video, you will not know that I'm on my telephone, and I thought it was an absolute bastard, but now I've realized that I can scroll backwards and forwards, which I cannot do on my computer, so I freaking love this idea. Bit of a pain in the ass because I might have to wear my glasses so I can see all the comments, but that's okay. Maybe I'll embrace my inner sexy librarian or something. Lisa and John, we're doing now. They want me to stop and we want to split and have a look. Okay, creative expression for you. This is a time for you to really spread your wings, Lisa and John. How are you going to do this? Now, this is reading is for Lisa. Yes, it is. But also John. Okay, this is interesting because you guys have got a very similar synchronicity in your energy levels. You guys have got a really interesting energy. Now, let me tell you what I'm seeing with this Lisa and John energy, okay? We've got Lisa and we've got John. Now, these guys are together, okay? There's no end and beginning. What are you doing to my camera? Leave it alone. Their energy works like this, okay? So cogs in the wheel. So these guys have got equal and opposing energy. Now, that does not mean that they're going to butt heads and all that sort of stuff, okay? It means that they support one another. They function really well, but they're not codependent, okay? One can function all by themselves. The other can function all by themselves, but they support one another in a beautiful cog environment, which means that I can split their energy easily because one... Even though where one ends, the other begins, okay? They're a union. They're not, they can function as individuals. This is really lovely energy. Like, this is what twin flame energy is all about, okay? It's not losing your identity. It's becoming whole. So, back to, can we finish with the, yep, okay, let's stop showing me pictures now. Lisa and John, creativity is how you're going to express yourself moving forward. Both of you are going to be able to do this. So both of you are transforming in the next 2 months. What are we in? So by the time summer starts, you guys will have different ways of doing things. Get out, enjoy the environment, right out in nature. Aesthetically pleasing things, different things to look at, different scenery. Use that as your creative influence on the things that you're either able to talk, draw, paint, even if you go out and you create picnics, it doesn't really matter what you're creating, but it needs to be outdoors. You need to give your eye different things to look at, and you're going to do that as we come into summer. So Lisa and John, this is all about your being able to express yourself in a creative manner, okay? So don't just think creative means knitting and crochet and, you know, putting crap on your face. It's creatively how your soul wants to express itself, how it sings the song of the soul, okay? That's creativity, whatever that looks like. Okay, let's go. Who's next? Mariam Muhammad. What a beautiful name, Mariam Muhammad. That's got this lovely vibration to it, ebbs and flows. So when you get knocked down, my love, you just get right back on again. You put that smile on your face. Sometimes you have to fake it till you make it, but you get there. I like Mariam. Mariam Muhammad. It's a beautiful, beautiful name. It's got really nice vibration. motivational speaking, you can motivate people with your voice. Okay, I know you haven't asked for a card, but your energies just went, notice me, so that's what we're doing. Really nice. I like the way you feel. That's cool. Okay, Pat Burgess. Pat Burgess. Lie purpose, please. There's never a good purpose for lying, but I know what you mean. Hold on, Pat. We'll have a little look for you. No, they're telling me to put those away for a minute. We're going to go to the astrology cards. Okay, this is all about balancing life out for you, okay? Working out what you want in your life, what you don't want in your life. This is for Pat Burgess. So, stereotypical Libra comes up, okay? Balancing opposite and opposing, or balancing everything out, making sure that everything is balanced in your life, making sure that we do a fair and just manner in how we conduct ourselves, but not only in how we conduct ourselves, but how people treat us as well. So this is a reminder that what we put out, we bring back. So you're looking for harmony and balance in all areas of your life. Now, I know that Libra is generally associated with relationships and love stuff. That's because the rulership is under Venus, okay? But it's not necessarily just love orientated. Libra stereotypically loves being in love. But if it's hard aspected or even strong aspected with other planets that are completely able to cope and function and grow outside of a relationship, then Libra will be like that. That's how Libra will be, okay? So as long as there's a balance act, everything's okay. So if you're burning the candle at both ends, Pat, this is the time to stop that. This is the time to start reining back some of your energy for yourself and making sure that what you're doing and how you're conducting yourself is in a balanced manner. So if you're going at home and you've got 5 kids and the kids are all doing their thing and chucking the stuff around the house and you're doing all of that, then you go to work and work full time, that is not balanced. Even though you've got chaos in both areas of your life, it's not balanced. So you need to start teaching your kids, this is an example, to clean up after themselves, put the stuff in the laundry, put the dishes in the sink. You know, if there's more than 3 cups on the counter, whoever puts that cup there needs to start doing the dishes, those sorts of things. And at work, in a work environment, start saying no to your employers or your peers. Start saying, you know, where's the priority with this? Can I do this tomorrow? Don't kill yourself to do everything today. That's not what life is about. Learn to say no, put some boundaries, healthy boundaries in place. Okay, that was for Pat Burgess. Elsie May, that's a lovely name. Elsie May. On a love interest. Oh, Elsie, if you've watched any of my videos, you will know that I hate doing relationship things, okay? I really love working with individuals to get what they need to get for themselves on a personal growth, on a spiritual level, and that's not religion, okay? That's a centered awareness of who you are. I don't really give a hoot about relationships. And I'm in a really good one, but I had 3 really bad ones, okay? But the reason why I don't give hoots about relationships, because the more we learn about ourselves, the more we understand ourselves, the stronger boundaries we can put in place, the healthier relationships we will have. I know that sounds crazy. If you put rules in place, you'll get, you know, people that follow those rules. But you have to understand how to love yourself before you can ask somebody else to love you. If you think that it's okay to be abused or to be treated like a doormat or for you to be ignored or for you to be put on a pedestal and stay on the pedestal, then one day he doesn't send you that hello beautiful text or something and you start freaking out, you haven't learnt the coping mechanisms to have a healthy relationship. So my focus is really on the individual person and not so much about the relationships. Now, I've just given you the mummy lecture. Let's have a look and see what's going on for you, because life purpose, even though it could be feeling like your relationship is your most highest priority at the moment, your life purpose will be how you actually attain that relationship, okay? Let's have a look. Okay. So interestingly enough, you got protected. So this means that you're supported, your ideas, your decisions, everything that you need to do is supported by the universe. You'll get all the divine intervention that you need to be able to work through whatever relationship troubles that you're having. This is an opportunity for you to be smart, okay? So he's got everything that he needs, meaning you. So you're the warrior within. You've got everything that you need to be able to look after and protect yourself, okay? You are supported as an individual, as by yourself, as an independent individual being, okay? So you don't need somebody else to fulfill that part of you. This is about you learning to stand on your own 2 feet, to learn to do things in your own manner, and then the relationship will start to blossom. Now, if you're already in a relationship, you can lead the way. So your person that you're in the relationship with will either understand and go, hey, I want some of that too, or they will leave. Either way, you are protected during this whole entire process, okay? What will be is literally the biggest cop-out I've ever heard, but it's the truest statement you'll ever come across. It's easy to say that when you're on the other side of it. What will be, because hindsight, you know, we know that everything turns out okay. But when we're in the thick of it, that's where the nervousness comes in. So this is an opportunity for you to really stand on your own 2 feet, work out what you want to do, and then move forward from there. So that was for Elsie May. Anthony, you have a very interesting surname. And you've just got a whole bunch of jumpers popping out of your... Okay. Now, I'll save you the boredom of the relationship. Lecture. Okay, Anthony. Anthony would like to know about reconciling with an ex-fiance. Okay. What I would like you to consider, Anthony, is thinking about your personal growth, how authentic you are able to be in this relationship, how much growth you're allowed to have, how much freedom you're allowed to have, how playful you're allowed to be. And if all of your answers are that you had 100% freedom in that relationship to be your true authentic self, then go and have a conversation with your ex-fiance. The other side of the coin is if you did not allow your ex-fiance to have total freedom to express herself, to be her authentic self, to grow, to learn, to be the best version of herself that she can be, those same things that you're asking of yourself, you have to ask yourself if you got all those things first in the relationship. And if you tried to stop her from having any of those things in the relationship, then the relationship is not going to work, okay? It's not a parent-child relationship. It's not a disciplinarian and submissive. It is an equal opportunity relationship. Communication is something that you both struggled at, Anthony. So if you can communicate through this and talk openly and honestly and be authentic and ask those hard questions of yourself and your own being first, and then ask them if you restricted your partner in any way, shape or form, then go and have that conversation. Okay, if you answered yes, you did restrict your partner, or no, you did not get your creative, true, authentic self and you weren't able to be yourself in that relationship, leave the relationship, move forward with somebody else. Have some time to yourself to think about that process first, okay? Because if you go from relationship to relationship, some people thrive doing that, okay? In your case, you need to have that quiet, introspective time, and your ex needs to have that quiet, introspective time as well. But communication is the key between you two, and it's not what is said, it is how it's said, okay? You're both quite sensitive in a lot of different areas, and that how things are said in the tone and the context and the heat of the moment things, okay? That's where the downfall came into it. True, open, honest relationships are the only way forward, guys. Okay, Kathy Watson. Kathy Watson, where'd you go? There you are. Kathy Watson, if you have a card for me, I'll give it a go. I love these cards because you will notice that they are green. And green is one of my most favorite colors in the entire world. And we're reading for Kathy Watson, who wants this pile right here. Okay, Kathy. This is about you taking leadership, taking charge of the entire situation. So whatever it is, you need to reclaim back your power. Now, reclaiming back your power is not putting someone in a headlock and beating them into submission, okay? It's about you understanding where your power lies and where you gave it up. No one has any ability to remove power from you. You actually have to give it away. You have to trick yourself into thinking that you have none. So in this situation for you right now, Kathy, I want you to think about how you can take charge of a situation. Now, it could be taking charge of your life, could be taking charge of your career, your family. I've got spirit running around in front of my face here. Or it could be, it's simple as being able to take charge of everything. There could be some stuff that you haven't let go of in the past that just keep niggling at you, that you just, if you could just let it go, okay? So whatever it is, take charge. Now's the time for you to take charge and grab it by the balls and move forward in a positive manner. I really like that card for you, because when you're able to take charge and leadership, you will feel more empowered, and the more empowered you feel, the more easily you'll be able to manifest different things into your life and bring things into you, because you're feeling powerful. You're feeling empowered. You're feeling strong. You know, you're able to not allow fear to consume you or to stop you from moving forward in the direction that you want to move in. Okay, that was for Kathy Watson. Janelle hibernates a lot. Me too. I love it. I just go, see you later world, and off I go. It's great. Okay, let's have a look at Daphne Tierney. Kaz had to go. See you later, Kaz. Daphne Tierney. I've seen you before. Yes, I have. Sitting on the sidelines at the moment. It's what they're showing me. Sitting down, waiting for things to happen. Got to grab them by the balls and make things happen. Daphne. Oh, Daphne, this is all about you being able to teach others. So I don't know what you're doing in your life at the moment, but a life purpose for you and something for you to strongly consider is teaching. Now, teaching may not necessarily be primary school kids or high school kids or a professor in a university. I teach people metaphysical stuff. You can teach people gardening. You can teach people knitting, crafts, arts, whatever it is, that you will inspire people to be able to unleash their inner child. Okay, I don't know where I just got that from. There is something about you that makes people feel playful and feel like they can just relax and have fun. I don't know whether it's your animation in your face when you're talking to people, or whether you just put people at ease and you have fun yourself and people are allowed to have fun around you and there's no judgment. There's something going on with you that says to me that if you went towards teaching others, especially people that are adults that have perhaps lost their ability to play, or children that may not necessarily understand how to play. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but, you know, when we were kids, we went out and played for hours on end. We left the house when the sun came up and we had to be home before the street lights came on, and we played all day. Kids these days don't necessarily have any of those ideas, because a lot of it is online or electronic, or they have different ideas, and schools stopped letting kids climb trees years ago because of workplace health and safety or whatever crap they reckon. But your little key to success, Daphne, is being able to unleash that inner child, get that playfulness going, okay? Your life purpose is about training, teaching, mentoring, doing something with people so that they feel like they can have a good giggle about stuff. Miriam has just responded, or she might have responded a little while ago and I've just got there. Sorry, guys. Something great over the mountain. See, that's what I was saying. Your name has got this beautiful ebbs and flows, and it doesn't matter. You just keep going. It's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing. You just, you're an inspirational person. So I don't know what your story is, but when you're comfortable, and they're showing me brass balls, okay? So when you get your brass balls, Miriam, tell the world your story, because there's something in there that will inspire others to just keep going, just to keep going over those mountains, keep doing the ebbs and flows. Bubs is here, and a new puppy. I know. Little Bluebell came and told me that your puppy is arriving, so I was actually going to text you and find out when you're taking hold of Macy. She's a chewer, okay? Good luck with that. But at least she's not the total sand monster, but she's a chewer. So good luck. Send me a photo, please. Jeanette, you're starting to listen. You know what? Listening is the hardest part because I know, but we do know. It's just that we're caught up in our own bullshit half the time that we forget that we actually have to know. Not just, I know it sounds the same, but it's not the same. And when you get there or you've been through that, you'll understand exactly what I mean. Good on you. Well done. Oh, I love it when people are just getting there in their life. Amanda Lewis, you're new to all this. Oh, well, we don't sacrifice children or lambs anymore, my darling. So you're more than welcome to hang out here for a little while. I will wait until you ask me to have a little look for you, okay? So if you've done that, I'll get to you in a sec. If you haven't done that, don't stress out. You let me know when you're ready and we'll do that, okay? It's just so you can get a little feel for what's going on and how it works, because see that? It's a little private. It's a little private for you. So that's Amanda Lewis. When you're ready, my darling, you sing out and we can have a little looky. Amy Rose would love. Oh, she likes my earrings. I know, aren't they? So cool. I got these years ago, and knowing me, they would have been less than $5 because I'm such a tight ass when it comes to jewelry. I don't know why. Probably because it sits on my counter forever and a day, and I actually don't like wear them very often because I wear a helmet, I ride a motorcycle, or I work in all sorts of male-dominated jobs and stuff like that, so I don't really have a lot of time to change my earrings. Now, I was actually just looking at Amy Rose Wood, and this card popped out. And this is about you. Okay, the card actually says, you're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. What I'm going to put into Amy Rose Wood terms for you is stop fucking around and get on with it, okay? Because the procrastination that you sometimes go through to get you to where you're going, you don't need to do that. You actually need to back yourself. When you make that decision to do it, just do it, okay? Don't spend too much time thinking about the variables, thinking about the pros and the cons. If it's a really big thing like, you know, getting a big mortgage or going into debt or chucking your job and going overseas for 6 months, those sorts of big decisions, okay? Of course, sit down, be smart, do your pros and cons. But the everyday decisions, the little decisions, you know, red car or green car, who gives a hoot? Make sure it's mechanically sound. Make sure you're not going to have to spend money on it the first year because the tires are good or, you know, you don't have any visible rust and all that sort of stuff. Then bloody go for it. Back yourself 100%. Your intuition, Amy Rose, is amazing, okay? It's only you holding yourself back from actually tapping in and doing that intuitive stuff that you want to do. Look at you, you're excited now. I can feel you getting pumped. So go for it, okay? Start out, don't even start out slow, okay? Just go whole hog. If you want to be a rock climber, get your harness, go to an indoor club, get some friends, learn everything you need to go, do it. It doesn't matter what anyone else says ever. You know what you want to do. Stop farting around, get on with it. Stop farting around. Someone must have said that to you. All right. Samantha Farley. Samantha Farley. Samantha Farley. Sometimes I just like saying your names. Kind of feels like, sometimes it feels like we've met before kind of thing, even though we haven't. I know that we haven't this lifetime, because I will remember you. I have an elephant memory when it comes to people. I just can't remember what I channeled. But sometimes if I say your name often enough, it kind of gives me an okay, if you look, remember kaleidoscopes when we were little and you could look through that tiny little peeping hole and you can see all the different colours. That's kind of what I look at when I start saying your name. Then I say it a few times. I get this little kaleidoscope of colours and it shows me like the colors that are associated with your vibration, or it gives me an idea of what to look at. And then I start getting these old-fashioned cameras showing me different things, and and it depends on how quick your spirit team is to respond to me going, hey guys, I'm here, I'm having a look, give me a look. If you're private and you don't want me to have a look, your spirit team will go, and that's okay, because that's what happened. I don't have any right to have a look. But if your spirit team goes, yeah, here we are, they will start showing me pictures of what I need to do and what I need to tell you about. And then I start speaking really, really fast while I get it all out. If they go too fast for me, I will tell them to shut up. So please don't ever think, unless I'm looking at the camera and I'm saying your name, I'm not telling you to shut up. I'm telling them to shut up, because they've got to process what's going on. Right. Samantha Farley's life is in a... God, girl, you don't do things by half, do you? Bloody hell. I think you took about half my deck out. Right. Let's work out what we're doing for Samantha Farley. Oh, she's a healer. All right. So Samantha is going to work. Oh, she needs to change her career. Okay, this is really interesting. So this reading is for Samantha Farley. Look at me pull my hair back. I mean business. Right. That's amazing. What I will also do is I will watch my mannerisms while I'm reading for you. So if I start doing this, I think, okay, I need to listen to something from the past. I need to listen to something from the future. This could mean I have a booger, or I'm not paying attention to what's right in front of my face. Generally, I'm not paying attention to what's right in front of my face as opposed to my boogers, because I can see in the camera. But that aside, Samantha Farley, you are a healer, my darling. So if you're not already using a modality that is healing, I would strongly recommend that you have a look at crystals, crystal therapy, any sort of thing that's associated with rocks. You listen to the humming, okay? Now, you will notice that I didn't say you might hear humming. I said you will listen to the humming. So the crystals themselves will actually have different vibrations. You will resonate with that vibration. You're looking at a career change at the moment. You kind of want to be able to do something that works in with your family schedule, okay? And your I don't know whether you want to have children or you've already got children, but you're looking at something that's a career change that can encompass everything, so you don't feel like you're letting anyone down, okay? You are a natural healer. You are going to have little square palms like mine, okay? And they're going to get sweaty. I'm not even saying they might get sweaty. Your palms are square and they're sweaty. And you've got little pork sausage fingers, okay? These are healer's hands. This is what healer's hands look like. Now, I do healing in a different modality, completely different way. I like to tune into spirit, and that's how I help people through their healing process. You're going to use crystals, gems, different things. Now, if you don't know jack shit about crystals at the moment, that's okay. It doesn't matter, okay? Do it intuitively. So go to a crystal store, grab your crystal, and then find out what it's all about, okay? You're not going to go wrong if you trust your gut. So you are a ridgy ditch, awesome healer, Samantha. So that's something for you to really, really consider. And they're telling me you already have and you kind of know what you need to do. So good on you, girl. That's what we want. Okay. Nettie Frost. Just see. How are we going for time, guys? I can't actually see because I'm on my phone. So it doesn't give me the time. Well, I don't know how long I've been on for. And now nothing's working. Ah, bugger. Right, we're right for time. Nettie Simmons. Let's have a look what Nettie's all about. Put that light down. Nettie. Oh, my cards have actually split. Now, you might not be able to see, but see that little split there? I've deliberately held it with my thumb, but they split like that. So that's where they want me to split the card, and this is what they want me to have a look at. Okay, Nettie Simmons. Taking charge of the situation. Oh. Okay, so the time for you to sit in the sidelines, sit in the shadows. Oh, look at that. I'm in business again. The time for you to sit on the sidelines and not understand your true wealth and not allow or not other than not allowing you in your true wealth. Is that what I want to say? That's what I want to say. Look at that. Okay, so you've got all this groove in you. You've got all these things that you need to get out. Itchy feet. See that? That's itchy pants. So Nettie, what I want you to consider is going into a role that you are able to have autonomy in. Okay? Work autonomously. Autonomously. By yourself. Being able to make your own decisions. This is what you need to do. Okay, you've got entrepreneurial qualities about you. Nettie Frost Simmons. It already says, Nettie, I am here. I am in control of the situation. Take back your power. Very similar to the lady I read for before. This is about empowerment for you. You understanding that you are one strong mofo. You need to take control of that situation. I want to have a look at something else a little bit deeper for you. Broadening your horizons. Okay, you are not in the middle of your own version of Groundhog Day. Okay, you've got to break free from anything that puts you on a hamster wheel. Try new things. Look at different ways of doing things. You don't. Okay, I was trying to say to Spirit then, does she look outside the box? Does she think out, and they smash the box? Okay, so whatever restrictive conditioning habits that you may have placed on yourself as far as thought process is concerned, they are washing away, they're going away. They don't serve you anymore, okay? It's an emotional energy that you're going into, and you're understanding emotions on a different. Some people get cranky. I got cranky when I was working through my emotions. I got very angry with everything, and then I started reining it back. You're going to do the opposite. You're going to do a very emotional energy shift. So a lot of tears, a lot of releasing things. Take your shoes off when you have your crying fit. Go outside. Don't do it in the shower. I know that we love to cry in the shower, but don't do it in the shower. It's a waste of tears. Go outside, down on the grass. And let the tears fall, and ground yourself while you do that. And what I mean by ground yourself is not some bloody witchy poo thing, okay? What it actually means is that you're present in the moment. So don't tell yourself, stop crying, get over yourself. What are you crying for? Don't tell yourself any of that. Allow yourself to feel all of that and to release it, because the more you cry, the tears are the watering of the soul. So we have to be able to work through that process so our souls can go, okay, let's go, what's next? So whatever it is that you're facing at the moment, Nettie, you need to take control of that, okay? It's something that you will be able to work through. Okay, let's have a look. Mandy Leonardis. Mandy. Mandy. Whoop. Wonder why I changed that. Ooh, Mandy's going to keep a journal. Okay. I don't know if you've considered writing your story, keeping a journal, doing doodling, doing any sort of automatic writing in any way, shape or form. But Mandy Leonardis, this is for you. I want you to consider writing. Whether you write a book, whether you get published, whether you don't get published is irrelevant. But your story needs to come out, and I feel that you will do that by writing it all out. You're also by nature an automatic writer, which if you're not familiar with that term, it means that you're able to tune into spirit while you write. If you're not sure on how to get started on that, the easiest way is to grab your pen, grab a piece of paper, and this goes for anyone, not just Mandy, and start scribbling. Now you can scribble just like this in great big circles, and eventually you'll start to write things out. The worst thing you can do is get the shit with yourself if nothing happens the first go, okay? Automatic writing doesn't just come to us. Sometimes it takes a little bit of a struggle. I had a few years of struggling a little bit, then one night I wrote pages and pages and pages of stuff in my grandfather's handwriting. So it's really quite bizarre how it works, okay? But what I did know is the more impatient and shitty I got with myself, the harder it was to break through that and just let go and allow it to come through naturally, okay? So think about writing, think about the things that you can do. Tell your story through your words and use the word for writing, okay? So that was for Mandy Leonardis. Dawn Jackson. Let's have a look. How are we going? We're going quite well. I think we've still got a little bit more time. I'm going to go a little bit over today, purely because The internet hates my guts, and I was slow to start this morning. Dawn Jackson, we have a runner. Oh, I'm throwing them everywhere. Oh, Dawn, you are a talker, my darling. Your life purpose involves anything that you can get out, you can articulate, you can use Mercury. Thank you, that was nice. What I would like you to consider, and this is for Dawn Jackson, is to get your natal chart together, okay? You can do it through astro.com, which is free, okay? You can come to me, an astrologer. I will charge you money to do your chart, or you can just jump on astro.com and you can have a look that way. What I want you to do is have a look where your Mercury is. Now, Mercury is the planet of communication, okay? Which is why when Mercury goes retrograde, everyone has a little big freaking freak out because they think that they're all going to be affected by it. It doesn't happen like that at all. But that's me being an OCD astrologer. What I'd like you to consider, Dawn, is having a look where your Mercury is. Now, if you get stuck with this, when you find out the information, flick it to me and say, my Mercury is in Virgo, or my Mercury is in... Now, my Mercury is in Virgo in the 6th house. So I know how I communicate, how I articulate, how I can enhance my understanding of my Mercury, my communication skills, and which house that affects, okay? So I know which quadrant it is, in which hemisphere, all that extra stuff that surrounds it. Now, astro.com will not break it down as much as that, but it will tell you where your Mercury is as far as the placement is concerned, so which zodiac it is, whether it's in Libra, Aries, all that sort of stuff, and it will tell you what house number it's in. Now, when you do your research on that, Dawn, I'd like you to have a look at, we'll use my own as an example, so I will look up Mercury in the 6th house, and I will look up Mercury in Virgo, okay? And there'll be slight little variations on it. Now, this is one area only of your astrology chart, so it is not going to be gospel, okay? There'll be some stuff that you go, what the fuck? And other stuff that you go, oh my God, that's completely me, okay? So just be aware that that's how it is when you're looking at stuff in isolation in your chart, and this goes for everybody, but where your true life purpose and where you'll totally excel and really love what you do and feel strong and happy and proud, the sense of pride in this is being able to use your voice to articulate and to get what you need. So look up where your Mercury is and start enhancing those skills based on the blueprint, which is your natal chart, okay? That was for Dawn Jackson. I'm just going to scan through here, guys, and make sure. Miriam. Okay. Right, we got Mandy. We've got. Oh, we're doing well. There's a couple of ones I haven't got yet. We got Mandy, got Dawn, we got Daphne, Maurice got her license at 40. I'm 42 and I've just gone on my opens, Maurice, and I freaking love it. I ride a Harley and it's just the greatest thing. I feel so badass. It's fantastic. Okay, even though I'm 5'3", so I can't really be that badass, can I? Okay, let's go back here to Beverly French. I'm just making sure. I only scan forward, guys, so I can just see if there's anything that I need to go back over for anybody that I may have already read for. That's all. I don't want them. I'll try to do it in order so I can keep up. Beverly French. I keep looking at my zodiac card, Beverly, so we're going to swap over to those. We're going to have a look here first because I don't. Okay. You've got a Mars energy. Okay, so the Mars energy is what this means is you can, there goes again, put my hair up, get my job done. What Mars is Mars is the drive and the ambition energy, okay? So for you, you can use, who said that? Who said that? I think Oprah Winfrey said, turn your wounds into wisdom. How clever is that? I love that. Turn your wounds into wisdom. So where this applies to you, and this is for Beverly French, is being able to use whatever challenges, whatever obstacles, whatever has happened to you, for you, to you in your life up until this point, use that as your motivator to move you forward, propel you forward, get that drive and that strength, you know, get that real grit that you need to be able to get you into the next part of your life. When you do that, you will actually shed all that shit that you don't need anymore, okay? There's a lot of stuff going on there for you at the moment as well. Now, this is going to trigger off some emotional responses in you. When that does happen, just let it happen. Obviously, hopefully, I'll just put a disclaimer here. If you feel those sorts of things coming up and you're at the set of lights and it's about to turn green, don't put your foot down and go blaringly off into the intersection. Check left and right first, make sure there's no ambulances or people doing the last minute dash and all that sort of stuff, and then put your foot down, ease yourself up to the speed limit, don't go any faster. So, but go with it. Don't talk yourself out of it. You know, when my age group was growing up, that 40-year-old age group was growing up, we had a lot of, anyone see that spirit going across my screen at the moment? Aren't they little assholes? Did you see that from down here all the way up? They'll do it again. This is what, anyway, if you've seen my readings, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So when we, as children and as young people, we're told, don't get mad, don't cry, don't do this, don't do that. We're actually not nurtured in understanding our emotions. So therefore, when we become adults, we don't really have a full comprehension of what our emotions are. We know the dictionary term, we know the umbrella term, we know what angry kind of means, but it manifests differently for everyone. Love manifests differently for everyone. So use that as your motivator to propel yourself forward, because you're going places and you're not going to be able to take everybody with you, okay, Beverly? But where you're going is to such a better place. You can use your wounds as wisdom to get there. Is that right? That's right. Okay. Let's see. Maurice. Absolutely. I will love to read for a fellow bikie. Oh, gosh. I think if bikies ever watch this, they'll think I'm freaking crazy. But that's okay. They might think I'm crazy enough to let them join. Be the first female ever to join a bikie club. That'd be pretty insane, wouldn't it? Okay, Maurice. We're looking for life purpose for Maurice. Ah, Maurice is learning how to articulate herself. Now, this is really interesting. You need to find your voice first, Maurice. When you find your voice, that is when you'll start to study. When you start to study about yourself and you start to understand and you do your hibernation sabbatical and you work out who it is that you are at your core, that is when you move right into spiritual teaching. Okay, so the spiritual teaching is about healing people with your words, healing people in a different manner. Whatever you decide to do, there's no right or wrong way about how you're going to heal people, but you are a spiritual teacher. So whatever you've been through in your life up until this point, now I don't care if you're 25 years of age or you're 55 years of age or anything in between. There is no right age to move into your life purpose, okay? It will happen when you become aware of who you are as an individual. The more you understand yourself, the more you work on yourself, the more you release the labels that were given to you and start standing in your true, authentic self. Now, that does not mean that you're full of shit up until this point, okay, or up until the point that it actually happens for you. It just means that we're under the influences of our environment, of our parents, of our family, of our culture, of our religious beliefs, those sorts of things. So once we start going, well, this doesn't work for me, this works for me, I'm going to keep that, I'm going to get rid of this, whatever you need to do to get to your authentic self and what makes you and your soul happy every single day of your life, that's when you start working in the spiritual teaching, okay? So that's when you're going to start really bringing things forward. You're going to get a lot of clarity coming through for you, okay? So not only, Maurice, are you someone who hears, sees, feels, okay, you've got a few different clairs going on for you, okay? So just explore those. It doesn't matter. You hear so many people say, oh, I used to be clairvoyant, but I lost it. You don't lose it. You just don't. You just forget how to listen to it. That is all it is. You're not going to, it's not a limb, okay? You don't lose it. It doesn't get chopped off, amputated, gone away forever and ever, okay? It's always there. We just forget how to tune into it. Or when I was little, I used to do this, but you're not little anymore. You have got different wisdom, different experiences, different understanding of things, different ways of processing things. So that technique might not work for you anymore. When I was little, I used astral travel as a means to get the hell out of Dodge because I was frightened. I was in fear. I didn't want to be around there. So I astral traveled. I jumped out. My soul said, "See you later, Charlie Brown." And I pissed off. Lots of my childhood memories and me watching what was going on because I did not want to be in that body while that was happening. So as I got older, I don't have all those fears. I'm not surrounded by that sort of violence and the lies and the deception and all that sort of stuff. I still astral travel, but I don't have to be in a fear, fight or flight situation in my life to be able to do that. I found a different way of still astral traveling. This is exactly what you're going to do, Maurice. You're going to not necessarily astral travel out of fear or flight, but you're going to be able to look over your life and use that as a strength to be able to teach others in a similar manner. A spiritual teacher, speaker, study, learn about yourself first, really become your favorite subject. And when you do that, that's when everything else will open up for you. Okay, how are we going for time? I need a different clock in here if you're going to. Oh no, we're running out of time. Little Macy is a chewer. Bubs has only just begun. You wait and see. Mark my words. I'll have to pop down and see you so I can have a little puppy cuddle and smell her feet. My mum says that to me. Stop farting around. I could hear it clear as day, Amy Rose. Okay. Thelma's being sneaky. I love sneakiness, okay? Especially when we're doing naughty stuff like this. Because it's outside the norm. We're supposed to be at work, but we're going to actually do something for ourselves, okay? This is empowerment. Everyone will be alright. Okay, let's go. I am out of... Brilliant. Okay. Oh, Jess is here. Thank you. Leanne's keeping time for me. Love you. Thank you, my darling. Okay. All right. Now Amy's just asked me a question about her dad would love a reading. Can I comment for him from my Facebook page? He doesn't have a Facebook page. Amy, if you... I can do that and they will give me permission to do that. But if you shoot me through a PM, a private message, because I've got really strong ethics about reading for people first, okay? And the reason why I do that is because I have been doing this for a very, very long time and I'm very clever at understanding what spirit wants me to know, okay? Now this is not, yeah, I can interpret what they're saying, but it's not my gift, okay? It's theirs. I just know what they're talking about. So it's like a personnel file in the HR department, okay? So I won't go into someone else's private HR file. I might have permission because I'm the HR manager, but I don't just go in and read people's files for the hell of it. So I'm pretty strict with how I do that because I don't like pissing off spirit and I don't want to look at someone's life that hasn't personally said, yeah, okay, we're okay with this. So if you PM me, Amy Rose, I will happily have a chat, have a feel, tune in more on an individual basis and have no issue with that whatsoever. Your dad is a very lovely man, very gentle at his core man, okay? They're happy for me to share that. So he's got his hand on his heart, see that? So he feels a lot. I can tell you that much. Right, I need to go before Spiritual Event Directory have a wobbly at me. I don't think they would. I'm under the influence of spirit. But we'll leave it at there. So thank you very, very, very much for putting up with me while I was on my telephone this morning. It's actually a lot easier. So I don't know if that was divine intervention, but it's actually a lot easier because I can scroll back and forwards. And on Facebook, on my computer, I actually don't have that option, which means that sometimes I miss people, and I feel really bad about that because I can tune into everybody. Everyone will come through and have a chat with me. So I don't like missing anybody out. So, and I'm very honoured that you'll come along and watch the Warrior Chronicles. I'm here every Tuesday at 9:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time. If I'm here at 9:35, it's because my internet hates me and it's being mean to me, but I will always be here at 9:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time on the Spiritual Events Directory. If you can't catch me here or it's the wrong time for you and you're watching the replay, please jump on over to Insight by Johnita Francis, which is my personal Facebook page. I do live readings from there from time to time. I also do private channel readings, psychic parties, pop-up psychic events. I do a whole bunch of things. I don't know if that's the right way around for you, but I do courses in spiritual growth, spiritual awareness, mentoring, all sorts of things. It's just so much fun, and I just let go and let them do what they need to do, and I strongly encourage you to do the same. So bye from me for now, and thank you very, very much for your time. Stay awesome. Bye, guys.